Introduction and concept of business organization. All human beings, wherever they may be, require different types of goods and services to satisfy their needs. The necessity of supplying goods and services has led to certain activities being undertaken by people to produce and sell what is needed by others. Business is a major economic activity in all modern societies concerned as it is with the production and sale of goods and services required by people. The purpose behind most business activities is to earn money by meeting people's demands for goods and services. Business is central to our lives. Although our lives are influenced by many other institutions in modern society, such as schools, colleges, hospitals, political parties, and religious bodies, business has a major influence on our daily lives. It therefore becomes important that we understand the concept, nature, and purpose of business. Coming to introduction to business organization, a business activity is a commercial activity which involves providing goods or services with a primary motive of earning profits. In every society, there are two types of activities. In every society, people undertake various activities to satisfy their needs. These activities may be broadly classified into two groups, economic and non economic. Economic activities are those by which we can earn our livelihood, whereas non economic activities are those performed out of love, sympathy, sentiments, patriotism, etc. For example, a worker working in a factory, a doctor operating in his clinic, a manager working in the office, and a teacher teaching in a school are doing so to earn their livelihood and therefore considered as economic activities. On the other hand, a housewife cooking food for her family or a boy helping an old man cross the road are performed out of sympathy or love and hence considered as non economic activities. Further, economic activities may be broadly classified or divided into three categories, namely business, profession, and employment. Business, let us discuss in the let us compare the differences between business, profession, and employment. In business, the mode of establishment is entrepreneur's decision and other legal formalities if necessary. Whereas in profession, it may be mode of establishment in a profession is membership of a professional body and certificate of practice, while in employment, the mode of establishment is appointment letter and service agreement. Coming to nature of work, in business, the provision of goods and services to the public, and the nature of work in a profession is rendering personalized expert services, while in an employment, the nature of work is performing work as per service contract or service rules. Now, coming to qualification, in a business, we don't require any minimum qualification, but in a profession, expertise and training in a specific field is mandatory. While as in an employment, qualification and training as prescribed by the employer is mandatory. Coming to the reward or return. In business, profit earned is the reward, while in profession, the professional fee is the reward. In employment, the salary or wages is the reward. Coming to capital investment. In business, capital investment is required as per the size and nature of business, and in profession, limited capital is required for establishment, while in an employment, no capital is required. Now, coming to risk, profits are uncertain and irregular in business. So, risk is always there present. While in a profession, fee is generally regular and certain, but there may be some risk. Somewhere patients may not pay, or some professional fees may get stuck. But otherwise, generally it's regular. But in an employment, there's no risk because there's fixed and regular pay. Coming to transfer of interest, in a business, it's possible with some formalities, but in profession, it's not possible to transfer interest, while in employment, again, it's not possible to transfer interest. Code of conduct in business, no code of conduct is prescribed, but in profession, professional code of conduct is to be followed, while in an employment, norms of behavior laid down by the employer are to be followed. Now, business. The term business refers to an organization or enterprising entity engaged in commercial, industrial, or professional activities. Businesses can be for profit entities or they can be for non profit organizations that operate to fulfill a charitable mission or further a social cause. Business range in scale from sole proprietorships to international corporations and can range in size from small to large. Point number one, the term business can also be used to define the efforts and activities of individuals to produce and sell goods and services for profit. Point number two, a business is defined as an organization or enterprising entity engaged in commercial, industrial, or professional activities. Point number three, business types range from limited liability companies, sole proprietorships, corporations, and partnerships. Point number four, there are businesses that run as small operations in a single industry, while others are large operations that spread across many industries around the world. Apple and Walmart are two examples of well known successful businesses. Now, coming to the concept of business. The term business is derived from the word busy. That means business means something to be engaged with, being busy. However, in a specific sense, business refers to any occupation in which people regularly engage in activity with a view to earning profit. The activity may consist of production or purchase of goods for sale or exchange of goods or supply of services to satisfy the needs of other people. Business concept is a fundamental idea behind the business. The business model, plan, vision, and mission are developed based on this concept. Uber, for example, was started on the concept of aggregating taxi drivers and providing their services on demand under one brand. Every other business strategy was developed based on this concept. A business concept describes and clearly defines a new idea for a business initiative, whether that be creating a new company or producing your new product for the consumer market. A successful business concept lays out the groundwork for why you have created the idea, what it can solve, who the demographic is, and whether it's who the demographic is and whether it's beneficial enough to invest in it. An important component of a business concept is the business model, which details the finances of the concept and how to make it profitable. No matter the business concept, it's essential to outline the framework for revenue growth, like how much the product or service might cost, and the necessary resources to ensure that it's finally successful. Important factors should consider before starting a business: selection of line of business, the size of the firm. Now, coming to business means dealing with risks. Risks can cause lower profit, no profit, and even loss. Therefore, the start of a business needs careful planning to ensure success and longevity. Important factors for consideration for starting a business are as follows: selection of line of business. The first thing to be decided by any entrepreneur on a new business is the nature and type of business to be undertaken. He will obviously like to enter that branch of industry and commerce which has the possibility of greater amount of profit. The decision will also be influenced by the customer's requirement in the market and also this kind of technical knowledge and interest the entrepreneur has for producing a particular product. Now, point number two, size of the firm. Size of the firm or scale of its operation is another important decision to be taken at the start of the business. Some factors favor the large size, whereas others tend to restrict the scale of operation. If the entrepreneur is confident that the demand of the proposed product is likely to be good over time and he can arrange the necessary capital for business, he will start the operation on a large scale. If the market conditions are uncertain and risks are high, a small size business or a small scale business would be a better choice. Here, student should know these questions. Question number one, explain the term business. Question number two, write the differences among economic activities. Question number three, write short notes on business model and non economic activity.